Now, moving on, Europe has finally launched its new vaccine passport program for all EU residents, citizens and travellers. But the bloc has declined passports to travellers vaccinated with India's Covishield vaccine. The non-inclusion comes despite emergency approval for the vaccine from the World Health Organization. For Indians who have taken the Covishield and are now facing issues to travel to Europe, the Serum Institute of India's CEO, Adar Poonawalla, has assured to take up the matter and hopefully reach a solution. Now let's talk about the origin of Covishield. In January of 2020, a group of scientists at Oxford University started working on a vaccine against the coronavirus. Now, the Anglo-Swedish pharmaceutical company AstraZeneca manufactured the doses and they licensed it around the world. And now these licensed vaccines are produced largely by 3 firms in the world, including Serum Institute of India, the SK Biosciences in South Korea, and AstraZeneca's 4 other manufacturing sites. Now, in short, the Covishield produced by Serum Institute of India is biologically equivalent to the Oxford AstraZeneca Vaxaria. And while the European medicine regulators have approved Vaxaria, they have left India's Covishield behind, which is merely the same vaccine under a different name. At present, the European Medicines Agency has approved 4 vaccines for travel passports, and these include the Comirnaty vaccine, which is developed by Pfizer-BioNTech, Moderna vaccine, the Vaxaria, and the vaccine developed by AstraZeneca and Janssen by Johnson & Johnson. Meanwhile, India's Covishield has long been approved by the World Health Organization, this since February, with a green light for these vaccines to be rolled out globally through COVAX supply. Now, the EMA's approval is necessary for Europe's Green Pass initiative, which aims to ease travel in the continent. The immunity passport will serve as proof that a person has been vaccinated against COVID-19. The Green Pass, that will be available for use from the 1st of July, only recognizes the Vaxaria version manufactured in the UK and other sites around Europe. Now, the biggest glitch in this program is that countries that have received vaccines under the COVAX initiative will be left behind. Now, this primarily stands true for the low and middle income countries. Since the global procurement and distribution was based on AstraZeneca's Covishield vaccine. For instance, until the 25th of June, 89 million vaccines were distributed to 133 low and middle income countries in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. And according to the Africa CDC, over 90% of the vaccines administered were AstraZeneca jabs. Discrimination by the European regulators with Covishield is leading to an increased vaccine hesitancy, especially across the African continent. Now, the EU's double standards have even fueled fears that vaccines distributed under the COVAX program might be of inferior quality. Now, it wouldn't be incorrect to say that Europe's so-called free movement plan entails outright bias. It also undermines the trust in the global vaccination program, and especially for countries that are not spoilt for choice when it comes to life-saving vaccines. Now, WION correspondent Lucy Hugh is joining us live from Brussels. Lucy, thank you for being with us on this broadcast. Now, the EMA has said that the Serum Institute of India has not applied for EMA approval and thus the exclusion on their passport scheme. Can a licensed vaccine not get the approval?
Well, certainly we know that the Serum Institute CEO has said that he's involved in talks at the highest level to ensure that Covishield is given the green light by the European Medicines Agency, which is the EU's health regulator. For the moment, there are just 4 vaccines which are currently authorised, which would give anyone who's received those vaccines access to the European Union, provided they have proof that they've been given 2 shots if necessary. Those include the Oxford AstraZeneca Vaxaria vaccine that is currently authorised. It also includes Pfizer, BioNTech, Moderna and Johnson & Johnson. But we understand that EMA is looking at this, that there are talks going on at a high level to ensure that this vaccine, which follows much the same structure as the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine that's authorised for use here, is given authorisation here in order that people who've been given that vaccine can travel into the continent.
Right, and Lucy, how long will the approval process take, provided the original vaccine has already been approved by the European regulators?
Well, the European Medicines Agency isn't giving us a specific timetable on this, but we understand there is a rolling review going on, which means that data is coming in. But of course, there is that export ban in place from the Serum Institute at the moment, which prevents the export of those vaccines outside of India. So we know that perhaps this isn't as big a priority as perhaps, for example, the review of other vaccines for younger age groups, or perhaps not as great a priority as some other vaccines on the market. But we don't expect this to take, say, months. We do expect a decision to come before the end of this year. But nonetheless, frustration for those who've received the Covishield vaccine in India, hoping to travel to the European Union. But as I say, it talks at a high level to try and expedite that process.
Absolutely. Lucy, thanks for being with us. We'll leave it there for now.